Hi everyone, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a HIPAA-compliant voice AI agent that can serve as a receptionist or an intake agent for a dental or any medical clinic. And let me quickly jump to the demo of it. Okay, so here's how the agent works and sounds like, and I'm having 3 slots on my screen. On the left, we have calendar in which it will book the appointment live. In the middle, there is an end-to-end automation through which it will check if I am an existing or a new customer. And on the right, I have the phone call. So you will see everything as it is happening live.
Hello, this is Mary Dental. How can I help you?
Hey, I want to book an appointment.
Are you a new patient or an existing patient?
Existing one.
Let me check your details. Thank you, Rish. Would you like to book an appointment now? If yes, please let me know your preferred date or time.
What slots are available for 15th October?
The whole day on October 15th is available for an appointment. What time would you like to book your appointment on that day?
Can you book me at 2 p.m. please?
Your dental appointment on October 15th at 2 p.m. has been successfully booked. We look forward to seeing you then.
Okay, this was how it will work if the patient is an existing one. But what about if it's a new one? Here is how it will work in that case. Hello.
Hello, this is Mary's Dental. How can I help you?
Hey, I want to book a new appointment, please.
Are you a new patient or an existing patient?
I'm a new one.
May I have your name, please?
My name is John.
Thank you, John. We have availability on October 16th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your appointment. Could you please specify the exact time within this range that you'd like to book?
Yeah, I would like to book for 3 p.m.
John, we have the entire day of October 16th available from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Could you please confirm if 3 p.m. on October 16th works for you?
Yeah.
John, your appointment is booked for October 16th at 3 p.m. We look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.
Thank you. And as soon as the call ends, this webhook is going to get triggered and we'll have a database entry for a new patient and also an email to the clinic that a new patient has registered with us. Let me show you that email as well. And this is the exact customer details, John. And these are the details. Everything extracted from the whole call and presented you on the email in a beautiful human readable format. This is the whole process that otherwise would have taken a human probably 15-20 minutes to do, which will require taking the call, figuring out the availabilities, telling the availabilities, getting what the customer wants, booking them, and then sending an email. And we just replaced all of that with a simple automation. And let me show you the table in which we'll have the entries of the new patient. So here I'm using n8n's internal table to store my data, but we can also plug in any CRM of any sorts that you normally use with your business. And that is the true power of this automation. Now let me show you how to make it from end to end. This automation has two parts. One is VAPI, which is the voice AI part, and second is n8n, which we'll use for the automation part, which can check if the caller is an existing or a new patient, figure out what are the available slots in our calendar, and then also to book the slot that customer has requested. So let's divide this whole tutorial in 3 parts. One is setting up calendar, which is the easiest. Second is setting up this automation and tool calls. And third is setting up the actual VAPI agent. Let's start with step 1. Setting up calendar inside VAPI, which is very easy. We'll go to our VAPI dashboard, which is like here. And I'll also tell you all the shortcuts I use that makes me super fast while deploying these agents for the clients. So I'll press Command K and I'll go to integrations like that. And VAPI has a ton of integrations that you can do with your agent. And in this page, you have to just scroll down and find this integration, which says Google Calendar. And right now, since I'm connected, I'm seeing the disconnect button. But for you, it will say connect, and it's simply a connection that you do with any Google service with the auth configuration. So no API keys, nothing at all. Just press this button and connect your Google account with that calendar in a couple of clicks. So this part is done. So let me close this screen. Now the next part is to create this automation and include this automation as a tool call inside our VAPI agent. For that, I'll give you this pre-made whole automation for free in the description below. So you can just download and copy this automation in your own agent, but still I'll explain you what I have done here. So right here is a webhook that I have chosen as the trigger of this whole automation. This webhook is to check if the person who's calling is a new or an existing customer, all automatically, because we are going to pass the phone number from which that person is calling into this webhook automatically. And the next thing I'm using to check if the patient exists is the newest offering from N8N, which is the super fast data tables that they have introduced very recently. Prior to this, if you have seen or used any voice AI agents, we have to plug external tools like Airtable or Google Sheets just to check some values, and that was fine, but it was still an external connection which takes a couple of milliseconds to execute, and everything gets added up and ultimately reduced our latency of the voice AI caller, which is something we don't want, and we have to have the least latency possible in our AI caller to get the best experience to the user. And this right here can be used as an internal tool in which you can pull in all the data of your existing customers. Or if you don't want to do that, this node can be replaced by any of your CRM APIs. The whole logic is to get this webhook triggered with the information of the caller, and then this node is the checking node in which we can pass any CRM, any API to check if that entry exists in our database or not, and then proceed forward accordingly. Right. So let me just quickly show you what I have made. So right here, you have to go to this section called data tables, and you can create a new one. I have this patient record as the record table of my automation, in which I have created these fields like customer name, customer number, and customer history. Right. And both of the other fields are by default, which N8N creates. Now, this node will check if the entry of this customer exists in our database or not. If yes, then it will go forward to this node. Now, this node is something that I have programmed to sanitize our phone numbers. And if you have been deploying or using voice AI agents, you see this escape sequence is a culprit that has taken a lot of our debugging hours to just figure out why our automation is not working. And usually it's an invisible escape sequence, the slash and character that creeps in, I don't know from where, in our phone number field. And 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 if there is even one of these present anywhere, the whole phone number field becomes invalid. So to make sure that that doesn't happen, I have made this node which will sanitize this whole escape sequence and make sure that we are passing the pure phone number with the international area code and nothing else in front or at the end of that phone number, right? And then this is the response to webhook node which will pass on to VAPI, and this right here has a very special format in which VAPI expects this. If you don't do this and just send your response in a normal text format, it will error out. Right. So I'll just also show you the documentation of VAPI. So this is the documentation of VAPI, which says that this is the exact format that you have to send the response to. Otherwise, your response would be invalid. Right. So we copy this exact thing and we paste in right here. And the tool call ID is something we are taking from the webhook. And the result is something that we are passing in from the previous node, in which we have the customer name and the history that we are having with that customer in our data table right here. Now, for more clarity, let me show you one of the executions of this tool. So let's see which one of these would work for us. Yeah. So let's see what this is. So this is the tool call that happened when somebody called the agent. I'll tell you how to do that in a bit, but this is the webhook input that we got, in which we had the tool call ID right here and the phone number of the customer right here. This in turn verified that if the customer existed in our data table, yes or no, and the output was yes. The customer's name was this, the phone number was this. The magical part about this is we don't even have to ask the customer their phone number, because we always will have their phone number if they're calling in, or even if we are calling out to them through our voice AI agent. In both of these cases, we always have the phone number, right? So once we have the phone number, we can verify that phone number with our database to get the name and any detail attached to that number. Because remember, phone number can also be a primary key because it's always unique to one person. The names can be different, details can be different and overlapping, but the number is always going to be unique for one person. That's why I'm using the phone number as my primary key to see what information that number is having inside my database, right? So in this run, it showed that it was me who was calling from this number. And this was my history, that my last visit was 10th October and I had gotten dental implants and I have an allergy to paracetamol. It can be anything depending upon what patient info you have, right? And then it passed through the if node and then it went to my JavaScript node, which actually sanitized this number of any escape sequences, spaces, or anything that might have crept in through our webhook request. It happens, trust me. That's why this node is there in my automation, right? And then this was a response that we passed through our webhook response, that this is an existing customer. His name is Rish and the history, blah, blah, blah. And this is the text that our agent will know once this dynamic tool call is called through our agent prompt, which is exactly what we're going to see next. So we go to our VAPI dashboard right here, and now we press Command K and go to Assistants right here. And this right here is my assistant prompt, right? Now I have 5 things which I've described very clearly to this agent. One is ask the patient if he's a new or existing one. If he says existing patient, invoke the patient info tool call. Remember this, we'll come to this in a while, right? With customer number, this is a VAPI defined default dynamic variable which we are passing in to get the customer number as an input to this tool call. And this will check for existing or new customer, right? And then ask if they would like to book an appointment. If yes, then we have to invoke this tool to check availability and this tool to book the appointment. I'll tell you about both of these as well, just in a while, right? And end the call by saying, we'll see you soon. And this right here is extremely important, because without including this, the agent will have no context of what is date and time right now, in which time zone we are working in, and the agent will be completely lost. So make sure you have this line absolutely positively inside your agent prompt. And I would say always have it, regardless of if you're using appointment booking, calendars or not, because this just gives agent a baseline of the time of what day or time zone we are talking about. It's always a good practice to have it, right? Okay, so now let's go to the tools which we have to make in order to make all of these work. So we go to Command K and go to tools, right? The first tool we have to make is the patient info tool. And to do this, we have to just create a new tool and select custom tools as our choice, right? And then we can get to this. Now in this, we have to just name it whatever we want, doesn't matter. What matters is the parameters. Now here we have to say that we have to pass in the phone number and we have to type this as a description, because this is the default variable that VAPI is having, which will always pass the customer's number to any tool call or any prompt. Now the server URL is the one that we are going to get from n8n automation. So if we go back right here, if we go to here, this is the exact webhook URL that we have to copy and paste right here, which is what will be called when this tool call has to be invoked by agent, right? Everything else is exactly standard. You don't have to change anything else, and that's it. That is done. Now the next thing you have to do is to create a Google Calendar tool. Now assuming you have added your calendar as I told you a while ago, what you have to do is to just go to create a tool, go to Google Calendar and make both of these new tools, because we have to check the availability first and then we should be able to create an event through our agent, right? And both of these tools are pretty standard. You don't have to change anything at all. What you need to remember is just these names of the tools, which we are going to get inside our agent. So we go back to our agent by doing this, and we go to tools and we make sure we add all of these tools inside our agent. That's it. And you have to make sure in the prompt you are putting the exact name of the tool that the agent has to call, depending upon what you want to do with that agent. And this is done for this section of checking the existing or new customer and then booking their appointment. Now, if the person who's calling is a new customer, we cannot use this flow, right? For that, we have made a new flow in which this is another webhook that we are going to use right here. So we go to down below, click on right here, and this is a server URL which we are gonna call as the end of the call webhook. Because if the customer who's calling is a new customer, we don't have any data. The only option we are having is to pass all the information of that person after the call is ended, right? So copy this URL right here and paste it right inside the messaging section, and make sure that you select only the end of the call report and the transcript final, what you want to pass to this webhook URL. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of webhook hits which are all wasted resource, right? So once this is done, again, I'm using the same data table node, and this time I'm using an Upsert row option. Let me show you an execution just to tell you how this looks like in real life. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, as you can see right here, we have been passed the summary, we have been passed the message, everything that we require is being passed. Now in here, what we are going to do is to get the customer name, the customer number, and the customer history. It can also be the detail about what customer asked for in this first call, and everything we are passing inside this upsert row, which will insert the row if the number is not present, and it will update. That's why it's called upsert and not insert. Upsert is if the number doesn't exist, insert the information, and if it exists, update the information of that particular customer, right? So it will extract all of this information from this node, webhook node, and then make the entries to the database. And then this one is going to extract all this information again and write an email in this HTML format, which I just showed you. Let me show it once again. Yeah. So this is the kind of email that would be invoked and sent automatically using this node, right? And we can define to which email ID we have to send it, what is the subject. We can also have dynamic variables inside the subject section. We can do anything at all, right? We can also have like a new node, which is a CRM or anything that you require in your line of business. While we are doing all of this, we have to make sure that we are HIPAA compliant and we are not storing any personal information. And if you are recording this call, we are actually taking the consent of people before doing it. And for that, VAPI has an enterprise level option, which is just one click to enable the HIPAA compliance across all of your phone calls through an agent. And for that, you have to go all the way down and you have to sign up for an enterprise plan with VAPI. And when you do that, this section will get enabled and you can just click it and it will ask for a consent before the call is recorded. And one more place where you can have the HIPAA compliance from VAPI is right here. Go to your billing info and scroll down. And right here is an enable HIPAA compliance toggle, which will cost you $1,000 a month. But then if you do it, you will have HIPAA compliance across all of your calls, and also a BAA will be sent to your billing email address. So you will have both BAA and HIPAA compliance out of the box with VAPI if you're deploying this agent either to a CRM or to a data table or anything of that sort. So I hope you liked the video, and more than that, you are able to see the possibilities of how a voice AI agent can elevate your business, save time and cost, and you can do so much more in your business with this deployed. Now, this was just a very simple implementation. If you have a complex one, like you're using some CRM or you want to be HIPAA compliant at every single step, here is a QR code that you can scan and get in touch with me, and I'll be super happy to deploy a custom agent for your business or clinic, specially tuned for your needs. The same link is also going to be in the description below, so check it out, and I look forward to talking to you. And if you like this video, you probably will like the one that is on your screen right now. I'll see you in the next one.